What is up, you guys? Marty McFly coming at you, bringing you guys the merch. So today I wanted to put a special emphasis on a great buddy of mine, my buddy Logan. We've been friends for a very, very long time, going back as far as the fraternity days. I mean, we're talking, oh God, I'm aging myself. 16 years now we've been friends. I mean, it's been a while, but you know, when we first met in our fraternity, we both kind of did like the metalhead look at each other. Like, I think I had a heavy metal T-shirt on at that point, and I think I heard him talking about, like Attack, and I was like, sounds like you could be into heavier music. Let's go have a chat. And ever since then, instant friends, and we've managed to stay very, very close for a very, very long time. We go to craft beer festivals, we go to concerts together, we share music constantly. We're always texting each other about new vinyl, new records. He's on Reddit constantly, so he'll always text me when new things pop up. So it's very, very fortunate to have a friend that likes the exact same stuff as I do. I would say the only time we ever differ is probably like a select few things. For the most part, we see eye to eye on everything. I would say the only time we don't, he's really into Sleep Token right now, and I am not. Nah. Not my thing. It's not for everybody. It's certainly not for me. I know they're getting bigger and bigger, probably because it's not really metal to me. I mean, I think it's just basically pop, hip hop with one djent riff, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's heavy metal," and then all the heavy metal fanzines are like, "Well, this makes money, so you might as well talk about it because it pisses off all the metalheads." To me, it's just not metal. They played one djent riff, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's heavy music." He loves the new Linkin Park. I can't stand it. I wish they had a better singer. I don't care if it's a girl. I just like they couldn't find someone who can actually scream and sing better, because I heard her try to do Crawling, and at no times has it sounded good. I tried watching other YouTube videos of her doing Crawling, and it doesn't sound good. How would you pick a singer that can't even sing one of Linkin Park's biggest songs? She can't do it. I mean, there's got to be other singers out there. John Howard from Threat Signal did an amazing cover of Crawling, and so have so many other bands, but you couldn't find a singer that could like do the classics better. That's my biggest gripe with the newest Linkin Park. Don't care that she's a girl. Who cares? If she's good, she's good, but she's not good. So therein lies my problem. And then he really loved the new A7X, and I am not about it. I like Pink Floyd, but this is like an attempt at A7X merging with Pink Floyd, and no. I don't know why we're touching tips here. But yeah, no, not a super big fan. But with the exception of that, him and I we are right on the money for most bands, and like it's so cool to have somebody who just like text in the middle of the day, like, "Yo, you check this out, you check this out." If you guys didn't see the newest tour right now, so the new New England hardcore festival, it looks pretty good. I mean, Bury Your Dead, we got Kublai Khan. There's like so many bands on here. The thing I'm really confused about is the placement of the headliner. I'm really confused, and I think everybody online is really confused. I love Lorna Shore. Will Ramos is such a cool dude. I sat and hung with him at a Starbucks once. Just really great, legit dude. And the bandmates are all really cool. I love what they're doing. I've loved their music since their first EP. But putting them above Cannibal Corpse is just insulting. I mean, come on. How would you take Lorna Shore and put them over the gods of death metal over Cannibal Corpse? No. I know it's gonna something fans whatever, and it's gonna bring a lot more girls, because I'll be honest with you, every time there's a Lorna Shore, it's like half female. They have no idea any songs by Lorna Shore. They don't even know any of their music. They just go there for Will Ramos, and that's what I'm sort of expecting at this festival now. It's like, oh god, I mean, we're gonna end up with like I don't know, man. We better be able to go in the mosh pit and no one complain that we're moshing too hard, because that was my problem at the last Lorna Shore show, was the volume of like preteen girls that are obsessed with Will Ramos because of like TikTok, and then they complain that the show's too rough and there's too much moshing, there's too many walls of death, and it's like, I mean, that's what we do at a metal show. If you can't stand the pit, get out. It's kind of like my feelings. If you want to go do the Will Ramos worship thing, go find a spot that's not in the pit, man. I mean, that's what we're there for. We're all there to be like together and share an experience, but like, you do need to understand this is a heavy metal show at the end of the day. I don't know. That's just me griping. But to put them over Cannibal Corpse, that's just like an insult to Cannibal Corpse. But you know what, George, Corpse Grinder's probably like, don't care. Everyone's going to be there basically for us to crush skulls, and that's what we're all there for at the end of the day. But I basically wanted to talk about Logan for a minute and really, thanks Martha, really give him a big shout out because he sent me with a giant bag of goodies to come back with. I had a recent visit with him, and he just sent me with a mammoth bag of goodies, and I figured I'd share that with you guys, show what we're talking about, what we're listening to. Our, you know, it's funny because, like, his wife, I'll text him in the middle of the day about something, and, like, or he'll text me about, like, a new record or a new vinyl variant or something, and I'll be like, oh, man, that's fucking hot. And, you know, just, like, send him memes about, like, getting hot and sweaty and, like, dirty. And his wife will be like, are you guys watching porn? Like, no, it's the new vinyl just came out. Like, there's a new pre-order for the new Kill Switch. She'd be like, really confused. But that's how it is with us, man. Like, we'll talk about, like, new pre-orders, the new All That Remains, new Kill Switch, new Cannibal Corpse, like, new Cannibal Corpse t-shirts, whatever, man. And, like, we'll talk about, like, it's the hottest thing on the planet. And she'll, this entire time, she thought we were checking out chicks online. Like, nah, this is just straight up metal worship at this point. And this is no different. So, he did let me borrow his Alter Bridge record, Napalm Records, Pawns and Kings. Fantastic. I don't know if you want to put this in the... If you know Alter Bridge, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I guess if you're... I mean, it's Mark Tremonti. It's Miles Kennedy. It's good. It's heavy. It's just freaking awesome. It's like a cross between... I don't even know what you want to call it. A cross between Creed, like Southern hardcore, like Maylene and the Sons of the Disaster mixed with... like, I don't want to say Terror, but no, probably not Terror, but Anthrax. That's the best way I can explain it. If you were to take Maylene and the Sons of Disaster, like Southern hardcore, with like Anthrax, with like Creed, you have this. And Tremonti's side project is called Tremonti, basically like kind of a spitting image of this. It's just fantastic. It's good. It's catchy. Napalm Records, 2022. Definitely really happy to have this in the lineup now. He also gave me a couple goodies that, you know, he unfortunately had a in-law family friend pass away, and I think the guy that passed away, his wife, is trying to find good homes for a lot of this classic stuff that he collected over the years. And he knew that I would really enjoy this, especially being a Rush fan. But this is a program memo for Grace Under Pressure 1984 from Rush. And he's got so many of these things. He's like, look, I know this would be go to a good home. I know you'll appreciate this. And appreciate this, I did. I mean, this is outstanding, the way he set this up. And I'm really, really eternally grateful that he was able to send this to me. But basically, it's got liner notes. It's got, like, the band. It's got, like, some really old pictures. You know, one of my greatest losses, unfortunately, is that I did not get a chance to see these guys live, and I really wish I had maybe caught them on Snakes and Arrows. But really, really amazing. So that's Grace Under Pressure. That's the first one he sent me with, and I mean, I can't wait to really spend some time with these, because now we got the Yes World Tour 1984. So you can see a theme here. This guy collecting all these program memos. I mean, these things are pretty old, man. I mean, these things are ancient, but they're so much fun to dig through. And you know, I think my exposure to Yes was as a kid with my brother with the cassette tapes in his old white Dodge Cavalier. And then I remember when I got into Yes and like a little bit more on my own was when School of Rock came out. I think I was like 11 or 12, and I had known Yes before and heard a couple songs, but I didn't really take a deep dive until the band was brought up again in School of Rock. I'm like, all right, I need to spend some time with this band. So, you know, these program memos are absolutely outstanding. And then this is just unbelievable, but we have a concert program for Kiss. Just unreal. I mean, you know, Gene, well, it's Gene, but it's even got the old, like, Kiss Army Wants You tags in it. Absolutely fantastic. Space Ace Freely. These are kind of like the inner pages. But I mean, some really just old things that really harken back to, like, a different era of music. And then This one is really, really, really cool and just outstanding. I think this is probably one of the better ones, but Vapor Trails from Rush 2002. I mean, it's thick. It's a big, thick boy with three C's. And there's just so much to go through. And I love stuff like this, like especially if you can get into a good record store and you can see what they have when it comes to program flyers. I recently saw an interview with Chase from Gatecreeper where he goes into record stores digging for these kinds of things. And he's even gotten old trading cards from bands back in the day. So this is outstanding. I can't wait to actually have a day off from work so I can actually take 5 seconds to go through some of these. Just play some tunes, you know, open up a bottle of wine, drink the blood of my enemies, and read. You know how it goes. And was a really nice gift from him. He knew I love this record the second it came out. And it really is like, I would say a return to form for this band, but this is Veritas from POD. You know, whether you like them or not, I don't really care. I really enjoyed what they did with this album. This is an absolute return to form, heavy POD, early nu metal era, and then some guest vocalists. And by guest vocalists, I mean Randy Blythe from Lamb of God, Tatiana from Ginger, and then Cove Repper as well. And every song on here is so carefully chosen for this record. And if you haven't played it yet, I highly recommend it. Really, I mean, everything on here is good. Everything. Even just starting off with Drop. Drop is like that perfect blend of POD, kind of like almost rapcore with like just classic, you know, like new wave of American heavy metal blended together so perfectly. Afraid to Die, you start to get it some clean vocals from female clean vocals again. We Are One, Our Struggle is like the perfect lifting song. Just get in there and smash. And it comes on beautiful custom center labels with clear vinyl. So if you haven't heard the new POD, I definitely recommend it. It's a fantastic album, and you need to spend some time with it. And, you know, I mean, if you put your opinions aside, I mean, if you're not into it, you're not into it. But I think for anyone who wants to get back into POD or hasn't even listened to them before, I think it's worth returning to them. This was another one from my buddy Logan as well. Like I said, this whole package. Inside Out Records, we have Carnival, Thamada. I really have not spent enough time on this record, but man, I can feel how heavy this is. So this is going to be 180 gram double vinyl. Absolutely beautiful cover. And, you know, I unfortunately did not spend enough time with this record. I've listened to some other stuff, but oh yeah, it's 180 gram vinyl. Beautiful custom center rings. Heavy. It's going to sound amazing. But this record, I'll admit, I haven't spent enough time with. And I'm excited to actually force myself, because the nice thing about vinyl is you can't, you know, I mean, you can drop the lever arm and you can make it work, but this is one where I want to sit all the way through it and see if this is something I'm going to really enjoy. Now, the funniest one, and, you know, this guy's been around for a long time. He's been really dichotomous with the heavy metal and the rap community, but this band's been around for a minute. This was recorded and produced by Will Putney, so you know it's going to have some quality to it, but this is Merciless by Body Count. It's fun. I mean, it's Ice-T's pissed off, man. He's really angry. For a guy that's played a cop for most of his life, he really, God, he really hates people. And, you know, I mean, don't we all at the end of the day? But, I mean, you could really talk about, like, the last couple of records, he really hates the LAPD and the police and corruption and all that stuff. But, man, there's some hatred in this band. But, you know, they're fun. It's a fun jam. It's a good lifting album, especially if you're just like cracking beers in the garage and you're just like benching. Like, this is actually a pretty solid record to play through. I haven't finished all the way through yet, but from what I've heard so far, I've really enjoyed it. Now, this is something that me and Logan have really gotten along with as far as like the things that we really love together. Now, if you're familiar with previous works and bands related to Dance Gavin Dance, you know, pre-Tillian era, you might recognize this. This is off of Blue Swan Records. This is The Only Few at First by Royal Coda. And if you like Dance Gavin Dance, you like the things that Kurt was doing with DGD, you like that era of just strange kind of erratic music that goes all over the place but also beautiful and melodic, you'll really enjoy this. If you like any of the side projects that have come out of Dance Gavin Dance, whether it's any of Will Swan stuff, Kurt stuff, or anything. I mean, even if you're a sucker for old Johnny Craig, you'll really like this. And I totally agree with Logan on this. This is a really good one. I'm glad he picked up. Actually comes with a beautiful like centerpiece and poster as well. So, there's a lot of bands that have really broken off of Dance Gavin Dance and have even tried to copy them, but this one's really good. I can't recommend this enough to you guys. As we dig through the pile, I got one last one for you, and this is from my buddy Logan as well. And as far as one of my favorite parts of this care package, this one's one of them. I've never been a big sucker for 7-inches, but in the last couple of years, I've really loved old punk and old hardcore 7-inches, because I feel like you get songs that maybe aren't on other records, or sometimes it's cool to just be able to take a look at it and be like, and look at the artwork really up close. But if you remember this band, and this is kind of going along the lines of more of the POD route, but take new wave of American heavy metal, hardcore, punk, and reggae, and you get this, Skin Dread. This is a 7-inch with 2 tracks on it from the Roots Rock Riot era, and it's 2 bonus tracks off of that record. And this is outstanding. I love this. And now you can find these on YouTube. These 2 tracks aren't really on Spotify right now, but you can find them on the YouTubes, as it were. And this comes with Struggle, and it comes with It's a Crime. You got one track that's really heavy and good and just that reggae hardcore crossover, and you got another track that's just this beautiful melodic acoustic, sit on the back porch in your hammock, play a little bit of guitar, maybe even have a cold one. And that's exactly what this is. You just go from hardcore crossover with reggae, with really heavy, like heavy island reggae, like a little bit of like dance hall stuff, with like hardcore and new wave of American heavy metal, and maybe a little bit of new metal. I would say closer to that. And then you have this beautiful acoustic melodic album cover. So as far as 7-inches go, this is one of my favorite ones so far that I've gotten. And I'm really grateful that he thought of me and knew I would enjoy this. So thank you, Logan. Thank you, brother, for the wonderful care package. I can't wait to really spend some more time and dig into these. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are taking care of each other out there. If you guys haven't, check out the newest track by Shadow of Intent called Feeding the Meat Grinder. It's called Feeding the Meat Grinder by Shadow of Intent. It's got George Corpse Grinder Fisher from Cannibal Corpse. Fantastic song. Definitely check it out. And I would say the biggest part of the song, other than the fact that George is doing vocals, if you go towards the end, you basically have inception of a breakdown. You have a breakdown inside of another breakdown with a big Degenti drop tune riff at the end. So if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend checking that out. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are taking care of each other, and peace.